I have a friend that thinks the only reason you feel bad the day after drinking alcohol is because of dehydration, because I'm going to show you why they are wrong. Here are the 3 biological processes involved with alcohol metabolization. Alcohol will suppress vasopressin, and as vasopressin declines, urine production goes up, and that is why drinking alcohol can lead to mild dehydration. The second biological process involved with alcohol metabolization is this acetaldehyde. So basically, alcohol converts into acetaldehyde, and acetaldehyde is about 20 times more toxic than alcohol is itself, and then it converts into acetate, which is basically non-toxic. So you may want the alcohol because the alcohol is what makes you feel good, but you definitely don't want the acetaldehyde because that's the toxic step, that's what makes you feel bad, and that is what is bad for your liver. The third main biological process of alcohol metabolization is that alcohol is a depressant and will bind to specific receptors on your brain called GABA. And when it binds to these receptors, that's where it has its depressant effect. That's what makes you feel relaxed and carefree. As your blood alcohol concentration declines and this alcohol is leaving those receptors, you end up having the opposite of that depressant effect. You feel grumpy and irritable, and that is GABA rebound. So you may be wondering, well, what can I do about these? Well, vasopressin declining and urine production going up, you can just drink water, or you can use an oral rehydration solution such as liquid IV or Pedialyte. We recommend Cheers Hydrate because it's the exact same thing as liquid IV, but doesn't contain fructose, which is gram for gram as hard on your liver as alcohol. But if you're trying to reduce acetaldehyde exposure, then what you can do is actually use the cysteine within Cheers. And in the presence of acetaldehyde, L-cysteine will actually bind to this acetaldehyde and form a non-toxic compound called MTCA. And studies show that you can reduce acetaldehyde levels by as much as half through the use of L-cysteine, which is why we contain an extremely high dose of it in Cheers Restore. And then if you're wondering what you can do about GABA rebound, well, you could take dihydromycetitin, which is a flavonoid contained in high concentration within our Cheers Restore product. Basically, this DHM will bind to the same brain receptor that alcohol is primarily binding to, which is the GABA receptor, and by doing so, it'll actually satiate this receptor's rebound effect. You can sleep better and wake up feeling better. And then if you use Cheers Restore, you can get this dual action effect so that you reduce acetaldehyde exposure and GABA rebound. Cheers Restore comes in capsule form, and you just are going to take 3 of these capsules after your last adult beverage or before going to bed, and you will generally feel like you had about half as many drinks the next morning when you wake up. And unlike pain relievers, it's actually good for your liver rather than bad for your liver.